All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining this Kuali Research May Community of Practice, which is formerly known as our Hot Topics webinar. I'm going to go ahead and get started. My name is Andrea Martin, and I'm a trainer and client support analyst here at UCSD in the Office of Contracts and Grants. If this is your first time attending one of our monthly webinars, we try to keep them under 30 minutes, and our goal with this Kuali Research Community of Practice series is to go over any updates, best practices, as well as some of the common questions that we're receiving from UCSD's Kuali Research Help Desk. So we can show you all some of the best practices and how to perform those tasks. If you have any questions as I'm going through the topic, please feel free to type your questions into the chat. Pam Talarita, who's also on the training and client support team, will answer them and be chiming in as well. And if we are not able to answer a question, we will be sure to reach out to you afterwards with an answer. So let's take a look at today's agenda. So today we will be going over the process of submitting an invoice. This shouldn't take too long to go over. And like I said, we will have time for questions. So definitely feel free to ask them. And right now I'm just going to hop into our Kuali Research stage environment and open up a Subaward record. Okay, so I would say that most subrecipients submit their invoices through Payment Compass, and then disbursements / payment services then uploads the invoices into your Subaward record. Sometimes we're asked how long it can take for the invoices to be uploaded into Kuali after the subrecipient has uploaded it into Payment Compass, and this can vary. So depending on disbursements backlog, it could potentially take up to 7 to 10 days to be uploaded in the Kuali Subaward. And once the invoice has been entered on the Subaward, you will receive an email notifying you that the invoice has been uploaded for your approval. However, it is important before approving the invoice that you check for a few things. It is important that you verify that the supplier site ID is correct. So I'm just going to scroll down, and we can see right here is the supplier site ID field. As a reminder, this ID controls where the check will be sent to or wired. So you do want to ensure that this is correct. I did a previous Hot Topic webinar and also have a knowledge base article on this process specifically. So I can include those resources in my email with today's webinar recording. But if you do ever have questions about this field, or unsure if it's correct, or just need some more guidance on completing the field, we are happy to help. Please just reach out to us at researchadmin@ucsd.edu, and we'll be happy to walk you through the process. So the second thing that you want to verify is that the dates of the invoice are within the period of performance for the Subaward. And you also want to verify that the amount of the invoice is correct from disbursements. So you can see this in both the invoice in your Kuali Research action list, which we'll see in a moment. But you can also see this from your record. So I'll scroll back up. I'm going to navigate into this financial tab. Now that we're in there, I'm just going to scroll to the very bottom of the page. So here we can see there's a section for invoices specifically. So any invoices that have been submitted on the Subaward, you can see will be listed here. And then here, like I said, we can verify that the dates are correct and fall within the period of performance. And we can also verify the invoice amount. So for example, if you receive an invoice with a dollar amount of 1 cent, this indicates that there were not enough funds to pay for the invoice, and that funds need to be added to the Subaward. So if you see an invoice for 1 cent, those should always be disapproved, and please just watch out for that. But once you have added enough funds to pay for the invoice, you can then resubmit the invoice yourself again. I'll also point out too, on here, we can see that the invoice status listed here is en route. So this just means that it's sitting in the requisitioner's action list waiting for approval. Then once it is approved, the status will update to final, or if the invoice is disapproved, it'll say disapproved. But once it says final, it means it should have crossed into Oracle, and you should confirm that by going into Oracle and just confirming that your invoice is listed there as well. So now I'm going to navigate to my Kuali research action list. So I'm going to go into the common tasks section. We want to find this first quick links card, and our action list is the first link under the quick links card. And then I can see my invoice is the last one listed in here. So to open it, I'm going to click on that blue linked invoice ID text. And then here again, like I said, you can confirm that the dates align with the period of performance and fall within that range. Again, just confirming that the amount being released is correct. And then at the very bottom, if something looks off, you can disapprove, but if everything looks good, you can go ahead and click on approve. So now that's gone from our action list. I'm going to go back into the subaward. I'm just going to go back into my common task and search subawards, paste in my subaward ID. Open it back up. And I'm going to go back into the financial tab just so I can confirm that the subaward status, it does say final. Perfect. So everything looks good. Does anybody have any questions about this process? Or Pam, do you want to add anything?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. No, I don't have anything to add.
Perfect.
I have a question, if that's okay. This is Michelle over in the Cancer Center. I was just wondering how our subrecipients are notified to use Payment Compass. Because and I just wonder, is that the fund manager's responsibility? I know that sometimes we just have invoices sent emailed directly to us. So anyway, I was just curious what that process was.
You can tell them to upload it into Payment Compass. Most of to be honest with you, most of the subsites know how to use Payment Compass because they're already registered with Payment Compass. That is how all their addresses for remittance of payments are added. They actually are the ones that add those into Payment Compass. So they should know how. If they don't know how and they aren't registered in Payment Compass, of course, you can send them, go to Payment Compass, log in, and send them a link to register with Payment Compass, and they can also get their instructions there.
Perfect. Great. Thank you.
1 second, Andrea. Truck is asking us to go over the process for how we find an invoice in OFC. We could do that at the end. There's time. And if there's not time, I'll just stay on for whoever wants to, and we can go over how to find an invoice in OFC if you don't want to do it right now, Andrea. It's up to you.
Yeah, perfect. If we don't have any questions, I can kind of quickly go over it. So since this is in our stage environment, I can't show you how do you find this specific invoice, but I can kind of go over just so you kind of get an idea. So in Oracle, how I do it, I just click on invoices. And then on the very right side of the screen, I click on that magnifying glass, and then you can enter the invoice number there and click search.
And then if your invoice does not come up, just try again to make sure that you didn't have any extra spaces in there or put a number in wrong. And if it still doesn't come up, if you verify that it's right, then there could be something wrong with like the period of performance that we told you to check on. It could be outside of the period of performance, or there could not that's basically, or the supplier site ID isn't there, you forgot to add it, something like that. But you can reach out to us and get more help on that if you need to. We can help you troubleshoot that.
Yeah, I would say, and Pam, let me know if you agree, probably the most common reason why invoices don't go through is because the SSID field is empty or incorrect. Does anybody have any other questions? Okay. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for hopping on today. And again, if you do have any more other questions that you want to ask about the process, or you have trouble again with the SSID field, you are more than welcome to reach out to us at researchadmin@ucsd.edu. I see Pam just put a link to the email in our chat for you, or you can also reach out to us by going to support.ucsd.edu/research. And you can submit a ticket there as well, or look at all of our different knowledge base articles that we have available to you. Perfect, but thank you so much, everyone, for hopping on today, and we hope you have a great day. Thank you.